Imagine a city that was the crown jewel of empires for over 1,000 years, a city so wealthy, powerful, and beautiful, it was known as the Queen of Cities. Constantinople was more than a city, it was a gateway between worlds, the last stronghold of the Roman Empire. But in 1453, it fell to an unstoppable force, forever changing history. How did this legendary city, which stood as the bridge between East and West, finally meet its end? And could its fall have been prevented? To understand the significance of Constantinople's fall, let's first explore what made this city so legendary. The city's origins trace back to a small Greek colony named Byzantium, founded around 657 BCE. But it truly rose to prominence in 330 CE, when Emperor Constantine the Great chose it as the new capital of the Roman Empire. Constantine saw the potential of this location, straddling the Bosporus Strait where Europe and Asia meet. He renamed it Constantinople after himself, and the city would go on to become the heart of the Byzantine Empire, also known as the Eastern Roman Empire. For centuries, Constantinople flourished as one of the wealthiest cities in the world. By the height of its power, it was home to around 500,000 people, an astonishing number for an ancient city. Its grand palaces, bustling marketplaces, and monumental churches symbolized the city's power, while its defensive walls were famed as some of the strongest ever built. Constantinople was the center of Orthodox Christianity, culture, and trade, where treasures from across Asia, Europe, and Africa flowed through. The city's strategic location was both a blessing and a curse. It brought wealth and influence, but also made it a prime target for empires hungry for control. Despite countless attacks, Constantinople survived, protected by its famed walls, its wealth, and its strong leadership, until it met its final challenge in 1453. Constantinople was more than just its defenses or its wealth. Here are 7 facts that reveal the true scale of its wonder and complexity. Number 1. The unbreakable Theodosian walls. Constantinople's triple-layered Theodosian walls were a marvel of ancient engineering, built in the early 5th century under Emperor Theodosius II. These walls stretched 14 miles and included a massive moat, an outer wall, and an inner wall, each one stronger and taller than the last. For centuries they protected the city against all manner of invaders, from Huns to Avars to Arab sieges. Even during the Crusades they held firm, making these walls some of the longest-standing fortifications in history. Number 2. The Hagia Sophia, a building unlike any other. Built by Emperor Justinian in 537, the Hagia Sophia was the largest cathedral in the world for nearly 1,000 years. Its dome was an engineering marvel, so ambitious that people believed it defied the laws of physics. For centuries it was the center of Eastern Orthodox Christianity and the tallest building in the Christian world, a place of pilgrimage for believers and scholars alike. Number 3. A diverse cultural melting pot. Constantinople's unique location made it one of the most diverse cities of its time. Christians, Jews, and Muslims coexisted within its walls, and it attracted merchants, scholars, and adventurers from all over Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. This diversity influenced every part of life in the city, from its cuisine and architecture to its art and language, creating a rich cultural tapestry that was entirely unique. Number 4. An economy fueled by the world's wealth. As the richest city in Europe for most of the medieval period, Constantinople controlled critical trade routes that connected Europe with the Silk Road, the Black Sea, and beyond. Goods like spices, silk, furs, and precious stones flowed through its ports. The Byzantine emperors maintained an opulent court, and Constantinople's wealth became so legendary that it was envied by kings and sultans alike, sparking countless invasions over the centuries. Number 5. Advanced urban services ahead of its time. Constantinople offered services that few cities of the medieval world could even imagine. Aqueducts brought fresh water to its citizens, and it had some of the earliest hospitals, orphanages, and even homes for the elderly. These services reflect a level of urban sophistication that was rare and set a standard for the medieval world. Number 6. The Hippodrome, an entertainment and power. The Hippodrome was a massive stadium where chariot races captivated thousands. But it wasn't just a place for entertainment, it was where political rivalries played out. The famous Blues and Greens weren't just sports teams, they held political power, and their influence was so strong that, in 532, a dispute between the two factions erupted into the Nika riots, which nearly toppled Emperor Justinian's rule. Number 7. Constantinople's Fire Brigade. In the densely populated and fire-prone city, Emperor Leo III established the world's first known firefighting unit. This brigade was tasked with quelling fires before they spread, a revolutionary service that underscores Constantinople's focus on public safety and urban organization. But despite its wealth, defenses, and centuries of resilience, Constantinople's fall was inevitable. Here's how it happened. In 1453, Constantinople faced its final siege at the hands of the Ottoman Empire, led by Sultan Mehmed II. Only 21 years old, Mehmed was a visionary determined to make history. He began his assault on April 6, bringing with him something new: massive cannons, capable of firing huge stone balls that no city wall had been built to withstand. This included the legendary Basilica cannon, which could hurl 600-pound cannonballs over a mile. Mehmed's cannons bombarded the walls day and night, causing damage that even the Theodosian walls couldn't withstand. Inside, Emperor Constantine XI rallied his forces, but the defenders, vastly outnumbered, faced relentless assault. After 53 days of siege, a relentless wave of Ottoman troops poured through the city. The final breach occurred on May 29, and despite a heroic last stand, Constantine XI was killed in battle. Constantinople fell, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. Mehmed the Conqueror entered the city and renamed it Istanbul, declaring it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. He converted the Hagia Sophia into a mosque, marking the city's transition into a center of Islamic power and culture. The fall of Constantinople wasn't just the end of a city, it was the end of an era, closing the last chapter of the ancient Roman Empire. Historians still wonder, could Constantinople have been saved? While we'll never know for sure, 3 potential strategies might have changed history. First, Allied Christian support from the West. The Byzantine Empire and Western Europe had long been at odds due to religious and political divisions. But by the 15th century, some Byzantine leaders realized that unity was essential to survival. However, efforts to unify Eastern Orthodox and Roman Catholic churches came too late, and Western Europe was embroiled in its own wars. If an alliance with Western forces had come sooner, the combined might could have presented a stronger front against the Ottomans. But this unity was a fragile hope, fractured by centuries of mistrust. Second, investment in modern defensive technology. The Theodosian walls were formidable, but they were built to resist medieval siege tactics, not the power of gunpowder and cannons. Some Byzantine leaders recognized the need to modernize their defenses, but the financial state of the empire and a series of economic struggles over the previous century had made such upgrades nearly impossible. Experts speculate that investing in advanced artillery, fortified defenses, or even a more formidable navy could have made a difference against Mehmed's forces. Third, early Byzantine reforms and stability. Constantinople's fall was the result of not just one siege, but a long period of decline within the Byzantine Empire. By the 15th century, political infighting, corruption, and economic hardship had severely weakened the state. Some historians argue that if the empire had implemented meaningful reforms earlier, focusing on economic stability and strong centralized rule, it might have maintained the strength to repel Ottoman attacks. With stronger alliances, wealth, and military readiness, Constantinople might have stood a better chance. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves across the world, with consequences that shaped the modern era. After Constantinople's fall, many Greek scholars fled to Italy, carrying with them priceless manuscripts and knowledge from ancient Greece and Rome. This influx of knowledge helped spark the European Renaissance, igniting a golden age of art, science, and exploration that shaped Western civilization. The fall also closed the main land route for European merchants seeking Asian goods, leading Europeans to seek new sea routes to Asia. This search eventually launched the Age of Exploration, leading to discoveries of new continents and forever changing the world's map. The rise of the Ottoman Empire, now seated in Istanbul, established a new global power that influenced the Middle East, North Africa, and Southeastern Europe for centuries. Constantinople's fall taught the world the importance of unity, modernization, and the adaptability needed to survive in changing times. Constantinople, now modern-day Istanbul, is a city with a history that spans continents and centuries. It may have fallen, but its spirit lives on in Istanbul's vibrant culture, stunning architecture, and unique blend of East and West. So, what do you think? Was Constantinople's fall a tragic end, or did it pave the way for new beginnings? Could the city have been saved? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories from the past. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.